So leadership, the antidote, or knowledge, the antidote via leadership. Okay. Now, no one is born a leader. There is no person that is born a leader, but everybody can be a leader. There's no person that is born a leader, but interestingly, everybody can be a leader. It is in you, it is in me, it is in your new success line to be a leader. It is in your new distributor to be a leader. Although the person was not born as one, but the person can become one. The first rule is that everybody can be a leader. The first rule is that everybody, every person, everyone can be a leader. Now, leaders are made, leaders are not born. Leaders are made. It means that if you check the ratio, check people that are naturally born leaders, they are very few as compared to people who became leaders in the process of time. Leaders are made. You can make a leader out of somebody, but you cannot say you gave birth to a leader. No, no, no. Now, there's something you need to know, that leadership is developed over time and anyone can be a leader. Leadership is developed over time. Just like learning anything, just like swimming, biking, playing the piano, etc., all those things, any person can work on becoming a leader. The more you study and practice leadership, the more you grow as a leader. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? Am I audible enough? Am I audible enough? Okay, okay. So I said, the more you study and practice leadership, the more you grow as a leader. That means for you to grow as a leader in our business, you have to study and you also have to put it into practice. And what are you studying? You are studying leadership. What are you practicing? You are practicing to be a leader. Okay. You practice and be a leader by being an example to other people. You practice by being a leader, by living an exemplary life, by living or leading exemplarily. You practice being a leader by being an example to others. You lead by example, and you do that by doing the core daily production activities that leaders do every day. You lead by example by doing the core daily production or productive activities that leaders do every day. Let's look at some of the core daily production activities. Number one, of course, you know, prospecting is a core production activity. Okay. After you have gotten a relationship with your contacts, you make them your prospects. You establish a relationship with your contacts and then you make them your prospects. Number two is inviting. Okay, you have to invite, is a productive activity. In presenting the opportunity is a productive activity. What about follow up? Okay, follow up. Follow up is one of the ways you can use to follow, is one of the productive activities I meant to say. Okay, follow up is one of the productive activities. And then personal development. Follow up with at least 5 prospects every day. You should at least follow up 5 people in your team every day. Give them a call, know how they are doing, how they are faring. Find out why they are not in cell meeting, why they did not attend cell meeting yesterday, whether they've done their invitation, whether they are doing the SMO, whether they have done whatever they need to do at that point in time. Their tickets for Emerge, have they gotten their tickets, all that and all that. Okay, these things are the core productive activities. Okay, now look at this other point there. Self-development. Engaging in personal development is a core daily productive activity. You need to spend at least 30 to 60 minutes a day improving your skills. 30 to 60 minutes a day improving your skills on personal development. All these things can activate leadership for you. All these things can activate leadership in your business. Okay. Another thing you need to do is to talk to your team, talk to your upline, your downline, your cross line every day. Success does not come from building castles in the air. There are activities that you are going to engage in, and these things begin to breed that leadership quality in you and in your team. Now, by doing these core daily production activities every day, you will become successful in network marketing very, very fast. By doing these core daily production activities every day, not someday, not at times, not when you feel like, okay, you do it every day, you will become successful in network marketing very fast. Now, do it for 30 straight days, and you will see miracles in your network marketing business. Do it for 30 straight days. Do these core productive activities I showed you for 30 straight days, and what you're going to see is going to be mind-blowing. More importantly, you will set an example of excellence to everyone in network marketing in your team, and you will become that leader that every other leader is looking for. If you engage in these core production activities, what will happen is that you begin to create some kind of results, some kind of success that other people will begin to take notice that there is somebody like you. Before now, nobody knew you. Nobody knew that you existed. But because you began to engage in these activities, some results will begin to come up, and mostly because you engage in them on a daily basis. So people will begin to look out for you. People will begin to hear your name. You begin to set an example of excellence for other people to emulate. You will become that leader that every other leader is looking for. People will begin to call you and contact you. They want to get your number. They want to become your friend. Now, how do you create leaders in your multi-level marketing business? I hope we are together. Okay. I've gone back to the last slide. Okay. How do you create, the next subtopic there is, how do you create leaders in your multi-level marketing business? Creating a leadership factory and duplicating leaders is the ultimate goal of what network marketing is all about. Creating a leadership factory. That means a leadership factory is that you have a room, you have a provision where people that sign up into your business are transformed from ordinary sign-ups, from ordinary people that just joined your business, to become superstars, rock stars, as our leader says. Okay, you create a leadership factory and duplicate these leaders. That is the ultimate goal, and that is what network marketing is all about. If you are not creating leaders, you are simply doing a job. If you are not creating leaders, you are simply doing a job. And you know one thing with the job is tedious. People hate their jobs. People hate their bosses. People don't like their jobs. And it will take much more effort and time for you to reach your goal. It's going to take you much more effort. It's going to take you much more time. It's going to take you much more stress to reach your goal. Now, there are some basic rules for creating leaders. Are we together? There are some basic rules for creating leaders, and I want to talk about some of those rules right away. Number one, they must want it. The leaders must want it. Please, if you are with me on the chat handle there or the chat box there, just help me type, I must want it. If you want to create a leader, they must want it. The people, or you on the chat box there, say they must want it. See, you must realize that leaders are made and not born. Your downlines must want to be leaders first. Okay, leaders are made and not born. Your downlines must want to be leaders first. You cannot force anybody to become a leader. You can't force it. You can't force it. You cannot force people to become leaders. You cannot want it for them. You cannot want something for somebody that does not want it. So one of the things you must note is that those leaders must want it. They must want it more than you. They must want it more than you. Leaders, those people must want it more than you. Okay? They must want it more than you. Not even you. They must want it more than the way you want it for them. That's one thing you must know. If you want it better than they do, then it will never work out. If you want it better than they do, it's never going to work out. I've made these mistakes time and time and time again, where I want to make somebody a leader. I say, this person can be a leader. This person has the quality. This person, hey, I had my dreams shattered. I had heartbreak. I was heartbroken. Heartbreak almost killed me, where I was busy wanting for somebody something that the person does not want. So one thing you must note is that these people must want it, okay? If you want it more than them, it will never work out. It will just result in frustration, because no matter how much you encourage or nag them, they will not do anything. No matter how much you encourage them, no matter how much you nag at them, you should do this. Don't you see this? Don't you do that? All those things you're doing, wonderful. You want it. It just shows that you want it more than they want it. So it's not going to work out. They will end up not doing anything. Okay? It is like being a professional football or soccer player. Someone can be born with a perfect body and athleticism to become a successful professional player, but if they themselves don't have an interest in football, then they will never be good at it. No matter how much you encourage or convince them to focus on that sport, they just won't be good because their heart is not into it. Same goes for network marketing leadership. Those people must want it. So somebody can be very tall. You say, Kai, this person, you look like a basketballer because of your height. Do you see how you are long? As you are long and you are tall, your hand is long, your legs are long, you have a physique, I know that you will be a very good basketballer because once you just lift the ball and you throw it, you will dunk. You will give a very nice performance. And that person say, well, I'm not interested in basketballing. I prefer farming. Now, what will you do to make that person that likes farming, that prefers farming, to become a basketballer? You cannot force it down them. Those people must want it. Now, another rule is this. Are we together? Are you following me? Number 2 points there is develop the leadership within you. Now, you too, before we talk about how you can tell your downlines want to become a leader or not, before we can tell whether your success lines want to become a leader or not, the question is, you, what about you? Are you that leader yet? Are you that leader yet? You want to create leaders. You want to raise leaders. You want to become, you want to have a lot of rock stars and superstars in your team. But the question is, you, are you a rock star? You, are you a superstar? You, are you a leader? I think that question is a rhetorical question. You need to ask yourself this question. Am I a leader? Am I a leader? Am I a rock star? Before I seek to develop other rock stars, am I producing the qualities of a rock star? But what if, on the other hand, you want to create leaders, but you don't even have any success line yet? You want to raise leaders. Of course, being a leader means that you are leading somebody. What if you are leading nothing? There's nobody to be led. What if there's nobody to lead? What will you do? Okay, what you're going to do is that you are going to go and raise those people. You're going to go and sign up persons. Well, if you don't have any downlines in your organization yet, then the first leader you will create is yourself. And that is why it is important to commit to the daily productive activities every day, because your actions will turbocharge your growth as a leader. Your actions, your activities, what you are doing is going to turbocharge, is going to become the motivating factor, is going to spur new growth in your business. Now look at the best part. The best part is that the more you grow as a leader, you will attract better and better future leaders into your group, into your organization. The more you yourself grow, the more you work on yourself, the more you develop yourself, the more you engage in the productive activities, you will begin to attract better and better future leaders into your team, into your group. Is somebody getting the point? Your growth will also inspire your current downlines and make them to want to become leaders. Do you know what? Your growth, as you grow, as you do the thing that other people, in fact, while your other downlines are looking at you, you are still going out, you're recruiting more persons into your business, you are engaging in the daily productive activities, you are not even waiting for them, you're not looking at them, you are encouraging them, you're following them up, but you're not waiting for them. You are busy recruiting more persons into your team, into your front line, into your business. What will happen is that you will begin to create a type of success that will make those people, they will want to follow your lead. They will want to follow what you are doing. They want to emulate you. They also want to become leaders as well. Okay, growing yourself is the first step towards creating leaders. Growing yourself is the first step towards creating leaders. So what you have to do, if this is the first step, if working in yourself if working on myself is the first and foremost step towards creating and developing other leaders, it's better I started yesterday. It's better I started last 2 weeks. Why wait till tomorrow? If that is what it takes to create leaders, to work on myself, to become a leader first, then why delay? Why not start the process just immediately? Now, how do you want to know if your success lines want to become leaders? Okay, how do you know if they want to become leaders? Number one, look out for anyone who is willing to go through the commitment and learning pains. Look out for anybody that is willing to go through the commitment. You look out for somebody that is first of all committed. Then look out for somebody that does not mind the pain of learning, because there are two types of pains: the pain of learning or the pain of regret. It is either you are pained that you were learning, you passed through the process of learning and it was painful, but you learned. And you know that in our business, the more you're learning, the more you're earning. Or you face the pain of regret that you had the capacity to learn, but you never ever engaged in the process of learning. Okay, so look out for anybody who is willing to go through the commitment and the learning pain and process. Number two, the best indicator is that you will see their commitment to the core production activities. The best indicator, if you want to know who wants to become a leader, just check the person's commitment to the production activities, to engaging in the productive activities on a daily basis. This is how you will know those people who are willing to become leaders. Now, there are ways you can create leaders in your multi-level marketing business, in your network marketing business. Are you following me? Am I too fast? Are you following me? Am I too fast? Are you following me? Am I too fast? Ways you can create leaders in your multi-level marketing business. Okay? I want to see your response on the chat box. Am I too fast? Are you following me? If you are following me, say, yes, I'm following you. I'm following you. I'm following you. If you're following me, I want to know that you are following me. Are you following me? Now let's look at ways that you can create leaders in your multi-level marketing business. Okay, number one, let them commit to the core production activities. If you want to create a leader in your business, let those people be committed to the activities. Don't do the activities that they are supposed to do for themselves for them. Like somebody is supposed to do something and you are not, you are doing for the person what the person is supposed to do. You will never create a leader out of that person. You can't create a leader. For example, somebody is supposed to make call, supposed to learn how to start making calls, and you are just doing everything for that person. You never give the person the chance to practice. Practice, they say, makes somebody perfect, but you just do everything and anything for the person. You say, don't worry, I will make you succeed. Don't worry, I will make you succeed. I will help you. You will get to the top. You will become a multi-millionaire. How? When the person does not even know or understand what you are doing. So let them commit to the core production activities. Not only will you let them commit to the core production activities, but you will watch them commit to the core production activities. Now, rate commitment over initial performance. Rate commitment over initial performance. You need to rate commitment more than the initial performance. If you see somebody that is always coming around, that person is committed. The person wants to know. It shows you that there is a high level of interest in that person. It shows you that there's a high level of hunger in that person. The person is always coming around. The person wants to know more. The person is hungry. What you have to do is that you have to take that person seriously. Note that initial performance is not an indicator for leadership. Just because somebody signs up a lot of people in the first month does not make the person a leader. In the past, when I see somebody that signed up a lot of people in a very short period of time, I would just say, wow, this is a superstar. This is a rock star. This person must be a leader. In fact, I will call the person and introduce the person to all the team. And I'll say, from today, this person is your leader. I will carry the title, coronate the person. I will do coronation for the person. Coronate the person as a leader and say, behold, team, here is our leader. Here is the leader after me. Here is the person that is representing me. This person is my second. This person is the leader. This is what I used to do. And before you know what is happening, that person will begin to shit water shit. That person will begin to mess up. I'm telling you, that person will begin to spoil a lot of things, and that team would have crashed by that time. So what you would do so that you don't make the kind of mistakes I made in the past, okay? So that you don't make the kind of mistakes I made in the past. Note that initial performance is not an indicator for leadership. Just because someone signs up a lot of people in the first month does not make him or her a leader. It's not bad to sign up a lot of people, but that is not what leadership is all about. On the contrary, I've seen a lot of quick performers drop off and don't even come close to being leaders because of their lack of commitment once challenges arise. Wow. 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 On the contrary, can you see this second paragraph, this second line there? He said, on the contrary, I have seen many quick performers drop off and don't even come close to being leaders because of their lack of commitment. Can you see what makes leaders? Commitment. Commitment even in the face of challenges. Commitment even in the face of difficulties. Commitment even when things don't go the way you wanted them to go, but you still stayed put. You still stayed focused. You never shifted your ground. You kept building your business. You committed to the production activities, the daily income producing activities. Then we can say this person is a leader. Then we can say this person has leadership star. Then we can say this person has leadership quality. Now, they fail to become leaders not because of lack of skill, but because they lack commitment. They fail to become leaders not because of the lack of skill, but because of the lack of commitment. Okay, sometimes even people that took off slowly become leaders. Now, over the years, I've learned not to get too excited just because a new associate has initial success. That has no indication of whether that person will be a long-term leader that I will grow together with. Now, as a leader, whenever I'm working with somebody, my prayer, my goal, my desire, my wish, and the same thing with you in this profession, okay? What you should always be looking out for is somebody that wants to grow together with you from one level to the other. Somebody that is in it for the long haul. Somebody that is not looking at the short-term benefits. Somebody that is looking at the long-term goal. So if somebody comes in and signs up 100 people in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months, if somebody comes up and signs up 10 people in 1 day, and then the person has that initial success, but the person has no commitment to building the business and growing in knowledge, growing in skill, growing in information, growing in influence, growing in leadership capacity, then you cannot rate this person as a leader. What the person just had was an initial success. And that's not what determines a leader. Okay? That's not what determines a leader. But if any as new associate is fanatically committed to the core daily production activities every day, even if it means sacrificing sleep, personal time, money. Okay, some people, they make money from this business and they never reinvest their money into their business. They just make money and spend. They don't think of how do I buy books. They don't think of how do I buy. I've rolled out about 13 books, and today is 30th, and some people have not even gone to the market to start buying those books. So they are waiting until Angel Gabriel and Angel Michael comes and tells them, you need to follow this thing that he's saying. Go and buy those books. Then you are not a leader. If you are doing that, you are not a leader. If that's what you're doing, then I'm sorry to say, but you are not yet a leader. Maybe you'll be a leader next year, but right now, you're not a leader. Because if any new associate is fanatically committed to doing the core daily production activities every day, even if it means sacrificing. So leaders sacrifice. They sacrifice sleep. They sacrifice personal time. They sacrifice some of them their money. They sacrifice strength. They sacrifice whatever it takes to get the job done. Then you can say you are a leader. If you're ready to sacrifice sleep time, personal time, and all that, and you are committed, then I know that you have great leadership potential. Now, look at these other points too there. How to recognize leaders. To increase leadership, you need to find those people that have those star quality, that have the capacity to be committed, and give them some small tasks to do. If you want to create more leaders in your team, give them small tasks to do. To increase their leadership, start by giving them gradual leadership responsibilities. Okay, some examples is that they can introduce the speaker, be the MC, be responsible for tech equipment setup, do the part of presentation, training, set up social media outing, post information on the WhatsApp group, give out information, what have you, handle a small training, different things. You need, if in the course of doing this, you will create leaders. Give them the part of starting presentation, as the case may be, but make sure it is a small step at the beginning. Don't give them a very big step. If not, some of them will run away. Okay? If not, some of them will cringe in fear. Some of them will say, I can't do it. It will make them, because they don't have that stamina yet, some of them will not be able to perform optimally, and it might affect future performance. So give them, depending on personalities and individual capacity, make it either a small and gradual step or a small step. It's either you make it a small and a gradual step, or you make it a small step. Okay, now look at the next part there. The next thing is this. To create leaders, you need to help them to participate in leadership development programs. Now, there are two ways you can have your team participate in these events, okay? One way is to invite everyone and let everyone participate, okay? Remember that I'm talking about creating leaders in your team, okay? Now, there are two ways you can have your team participate and become leaders, okay? Number one is that you can invite everyone and let everyone participate. For example, you just call all the members of the team, of your team, and say, we are having general team meeting. We need to discuss, we need to see this, we need to paint the bigger picture, we need to prepare for events, we need to prepare for this, we need to have a lunch. So you call everybody, and then as you call everybody, you do a general thing with every one of them. That is way number one. Then way number two is this. Another way is by inviting only. Okay, another way is by invite only, and you make it more exclusive. The second way is by special invitation. You make it exclusive. Okay, generally, this way works better. Making it exclusive works better than making it a general thing, because when you make it general, it tends to water its value. It tends to lose capacity. It tends to lose flavor, because everybody will trivialize it and take it as though it is just a normal meeting, normal thing. Okay, but if you make it exclusive, it works, because it motivates those ones that are not invited to work hard on their businesses so that they can earn the right to be part of the exclusive leadership group. If you're getting value this morning, please, I want you to type value on the chat box there. If you're getting value on the chat box, please type value. The second way is you seclude some people. You don't make it a general thing, but make sure that the people who are not going to be in that group, let them know that there is another group that every person is not part of. You make them know that there is another group that every person is not part of. It's your group of 3. It's your group of 2. It's your group of 4. It's your group of 5. It's your group of 10. Special group. Not everybody should be part of that group. Okay? Now, because you make it exclusive, everybody will be fighting, because they too, they want to be part of that special group. Help them to see the bigger picture. Help them to see the bigger picture through trainings, through events and exposures. Do you know what? That special group now, you will begin to give them trainings. You begin to set up events with them, and you begin to set up what we call exposure. These 3 things will begin to spur them up. They will begin to grow. They will begin to produce qualities. Then those other people who are not part of that group, they will begin to fight. They will begin to work harder. They will begin to put in a lot of effort so that they can be able to graduate into that other separate group that you created in your team. This is what we call a ripple effect in your team and in your business. Now, let me end this meeting with this last one, because I can't go further than this. But let me end this meeting with this last one. Everybody wants to be a leader, but not everyone is willing. Do you know that everybody wants to become a leader, but not everybody is willing to do what it takes? One thing to remember is this: while everyone can be successful and become a leader, sadly, not everyone makes the commitment to be successful and to become a leader. Although it is possible for everybody to be successful, although it is possible for everybody to become a leader, but it is very, 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 or rather unfortunate that not every person is willing to go the extra mile to do what it takes to become that leader that every other leader is looking for. For many, they just talk and they never take action. You see them in the office every day. They go every day without doing anything. And even me, I'm looking at the person as in God of mercy. My body is like, I'm looking at this person, I say, Of course, I and this person, we are not the same. My personality and this person's personality, we are not the same kind of persons. Leaders attract leaders. Like attracts like. When you see a leader, you know there is something in your heart that will connect to the thing in that person's heart. You will see the attributes, you will see the qualities. No wonder they say birds of the same feather, they flock together. Is it flock or fly together? But you know that birds of the same feather, eagles, they soar at the above, they soar in the storm. When you see somebody that has leadership traits, leadership quality, you will know. You will know. The person cannot hide it. It is not hideable. So if you stay in your business for weeks, for months, and those qualities are not coming out, you should question yourself and say, it's like I'm not really a leader. And the good thing is that leadership can be learned. The good thing is that you can learn it. It's learnable. It's a skill. You can actually go and engage in training, which I showed you before now, on how to become a leader. So many people, they talk and talk and talk, and they never take action. In other words, you know leaders by talk and by action. Wow. You know leaders by talk, and you also know them by what? Action. There is a way you will act. Somebody will say, this person is a leader. There's a way you will talk. There is the thing that will come out of your mouth, and everybody around you will say, child, this person is a leader. A lot of talk with no action is not leadership. Talking and taking action is leadership. You will find many people that say they want to do it, but they will give a lot of what? Excuses. Many people say they want to achieve this. This is the last sale meeting for the year 2022. The year is wrapping up. Many people say, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. Now, you see, I'm using wanted because they don't have time to do those things again. Time does not wait for anybody. They say, I wanted to, but a lot of excuses stops them from achieving those things. And that's how you know people that are not ready to become leaders. If you have a leadership development program and you allow everyone to participate, you will discover that everyone wants to join, but when it comes to doing the work and reading just one chapter of one of the best leadership books ever written, many people will come up with excuses. If you create a leadership program to train people, to help people, to grow in the business, to succeed. If you say, how many people want to become multimillionaires? You will see them shout, hey, I want to be a multimillionaire. I'm one of them. You say, how many people want to become rock stars? Hey, I'm one of them. How many people want to become millionaire circle members? I'm one of them. How many people want to be global ambassadors? I'm one of them. How many people want to become this, that, and the other? So many persons. How many people want to emerge? I'm one of them. Okay, go for retreats. I can't go. There's no money. There's no time. My husband, my son, my daughter, my this, my that. You know that those persons, even to read one chapter of the best books that have ever been written by a successful person in this profession, they will not open that book to read it. They will give excuse. They will say, you know, I wanted to read, but I could not make it. They will say, you know, I wanted to read, then something happened. NEPA, there was power outage, this, that, and the other. They will give a lot of flimsy excuses around it. You just know that this person is not having the quality of leadership that you're looking for. And when it happens, it happens. When it happens, it happens. When it happens, it happens. Now, sadly, everyone wants to be successful, but few are willing to pay the price. Sadly, everybody wants to be successful, but not every person is willing to pay the price. Before every price, there is a price to pay. In this case, the price is learning. Who even benefits more at the end of the day? It's you. Do you know that it is a worthy cause to choose to become a leader that every other leader is looking for in 2023? Do you know that it will be one of your best achievements to first create a leader within you, then raise other leaders? And that is why I say that a new associate fanatical commitment to the core daily production activity gets me more excited than any initial success they have, because they are committed, because leadership is all about commitment. Leadership is all about leading by example. Okay? Leadership is all about leading by example. Leadership is all about doing what has to be done. Leadership is all about leaving a trail so that other people will follow suit. Success leaves clues. Okay, my question to you is, how committed are you to becoming a leader? I'm asking you the question, and I want you to answer that question. How committed are you to becoming a leader? How committed are you to becoming a leader? How committed are you to the production activities, those things that produce leadership out of you? How prepared are you for next year, 2023, to become that leader that every other leader is looking for? Are you the person that people want to join? Are you that person? Do you know what? I want to shock you this morning. Let me tell you something. People don't join the business. People join the leader. Please, if you can hear me on the chat box there, write it there. People don't join the business. People join you. Please, personalize it on the chat box there. Say, people don't join the business. People join me. I'm waiting for your chat. People don't join the business. People join me. They join you. They are not joining the business. It's you. It's you that they are seeing. It's you that they know. It's you that is the person that is attracting them to the business. Yes, you have told them all the wonderful potential of the business, but it is you that is the one that is the driving force. You are the driving force. How committed are you? How committed are you? Are you the person that people will want to join? Now, remember, it doesn't matter how many downlines you have, whether you have 50,000 downlines or none, okay? Whether you have 50,000 downlines, 1 billion downlines, the first leader is always you. It doesn't matter how many success lines you have. It doesn't matter how many people are in your team. The first leader is and can always and only and ever be you. You will have to make the commitment to be a leader so that you will lead by example, so that other people will begin to follow suit, so that other people will begin to follow you, so that other people will begin to follow your lead. And how do you lead by example? By committing to the core production activities on a daily basis. Give yourself a target. Say, in the month of January, in 30 days, I'm going to practice these core production activities and I will not fail a day. I'm going to engage in personal development. I'm going to prospect. I'm going to invite. I'm going to do this every day for the next 30 days. It's a challenge I'm giving myself. I want to see what I can be able to achieve within 30 days. What happens is that the miracle will happen. The miracle of leadership begins to happen. You begin to produce star qualities that have always been in you, but they have been dormant, unactivated. As you grow, not only will you attract better prospects, but everyone around you will grow. as you grow, it is not just the fact that you will begin to attract the right people around you. It's not just the fact that you begin to attract the right kind of prospects around you. But guess what? Every person in your team, naturally, consciously or unconsciously, they all begin to grow too. They all begin to emulate you. They all begin to follow your footsteps. They all begin to grow. They say, if she can do it, I can do it too. They begin to see those star qualities. They say, I want to do that too. You go out and recruit 20 persons. They want to recruit 20 persons too. You achieve a new income goal. You post your WhatsApp, your alert on the WhatsApp group, and other people want to do the same thing you've done too. Because you are not just going to attract prospects by becoming a better person, but every person around you will grow. So what will you do? In this coming year, 2023, will you not create your own leadership factory where you are going to give birth to champions? Hello, am I talking to you? Will you not go and become that leader first? Then as you become the leader, you lead by example, and then you create that your leadership factory. Because if you don't have leaders in your team, in your business, what you're doing is just a job. And guess what? The job is tedious and you will not leverage, whereas our business is all about leveraging. Okay, so but for you to be able to get the prize, you have to pay the price of becoming the leader first. Now, as you celebrate in this Yuletide season and all these things, I want you to know, as the year is wrapping up, this is the time for you to make decisions. This is the time for you to make decisions. I mean, life-changing decisions. I mean, this is the time for you to write down your goals. This is the time for you to say, I'm going to create more leaders than I ever have, but I'm going to start with myself. I'm going to be a leader, and I'm going to become the leader that leads by example. Other people will emulate me. Okay. Now, I will have to stop here, but I hope you got a lot of value today, and I hope that you will go and begin to produce leaders. You now I've shared with you knowledge, and this knowledge I've shared with you is that knowledge that makes you a leader and that produces other leaders through you. So go out there and create a lot of leaders. Okay. Thank you all for being part of today's cell meeting. It has been a wonderful time, and I hope you got a lot of value from this training.